Welcome back to all our faithful subscribers. In the years past, Nate and I have done these summer vlogs. This will be our third year of doing them. And most years we get 21, 25, 30 or 40 views. And so we had vlog number 4 this summer. Turned out to be this viral, fun video. And I think it got up to 43,000 views. And now we have 1,000 subscribers, which is comedy. Because my friends are like, you have to produce content. And I was like, what? This is just for people in Australia to keep up with us because it's so rare that we get a chance to call them, or because we're always out in the woods and doing stuff in the river and stuff. So this will be vlog 10A, the last vlog of the summer, American summer. And hopefully Nate will respond with the same 7 questions that I have here with 10B, and then I'll post that again, and so you can see 10A and 10B, and his will probably be funnier and more cool. But here's Dad's take on the summer, and so this is semi-paralleling the regular questions we have on the vlog, which I came up with from various websites. And to those parents out there, these questions I got were from these websites where I said, like, what's a good question to ask your kid after a day of school other than was like, how's your day? Because they go, fine. So these were really pointed questions, and all the websites are awesome. So if you're really curious about that, I mean, there's 1,000 out there. And then I threw a few of my own in there, especially this first one, which is always how I start every vlog. I got this from the Tao of Pooh, and it's so important to like, so the number 1 question every day on the vlog was always what was for brekkie. And so I'm gonna say, like, with this vlog, because it's a roundup of the year, summer, what was the best brekkie of the summer? So I know what Nate's gonna say. It's the standard Pullman peppered bacon from Andronico's with avocado and egg and bread. And we had that 3 times. Fortunately, didn't get to see Bobby. So if any of you know Andronico's, you know who Bobby is in the butcher shop. We missed him all 3 times, sadly. But shout out to Bobby. Anyways, the best brekkie of the summer for me was I had bought some turkey pot pies from Andronico's when we were back in SF and had COVID. And we had some kind of different dinner plans. So in the morning I was making breakfast and I was sick and tired. And Nate was like, I'm so hungry, I'm tired. And I was like, let's have turkey pot pie with eggs. And he's like, what? And so I made this turkey pot pie with eggs, and it was heaven on earth. So if you've never done it before, have a turkey pot pie with eggs for breakfast. It's really good. Okay, that was question 1, best brekkie of the summer. Question 2, what was the funniest moment of the summer? For me, I don't know what Nate's is. I have no idea. There's a lot of funny stuff that I did that he laughed at. Maybe even when I wrecked, but we on the way up to Hood River from San Francisco, we stopped at a Starbucks in who knows where, like Northern California or Southern Oregon. And Nate wanted a steamer, which I've learned is now like just piping hot milk with a flavor in it. So, and I got a coffee and we got some other stuff. So the steamer came out first. Nate got a steamer. And I was staring right at him inside of a super clean, suburban Starbucks. And he goes to take a sip of his steamer, and you can see like he takes in literally fire into his mouth. It's like the hottest liquid on the planet. And he's like trying to figure out how to get it out of his mouth because he's in this sterile environment. So he spits it like all over the top of his cup, and I'm pissing myself laughing, knowing how much it hurts. And he's trying to be, and he's like such a good boy, trying to keep it, because anyone else would have just spit it all over the place. So I'm laughing, and he burned his entire mouth out with it. So for me, that was the funniest moment. Sorry it was at your expense, Nate. You might have thought me wrecking was your funniest moment, so there you go. Number 3, what was the biggest improvement in the summer amongst us? Because we want to get stronger every year. We talk about this all the time. Self-improvement, getting better at whatever, and putting things behind you that you didn't do well. And for me, I mean, watching Nate his biggest improvement was his mountain biking ability. It's like I don't know, I can't even put it in. He's like 5 times better than he was last year. And so even 2-3 years ago, we were here. I have video of how unhappy he was with mountain biking, and I thought, like, maybe I'm pushing him too hard. Maybe this isn't for him. Maybe it's the wrong place. And he did like the pump track, so we dialed it back. But I thought, like, this isn't gonna stick. And then his mom has a new boyfriend who's like a big mountain biker, and he now knows he has a good bike. And now he's way better than me as far as technical abilities and downhill and stuff. And so yeah, Nate's biggest improvement was mountain biking. So yeah. Number 4, what was the hardest moment of the trip? For me, I had 2 wrecks, one on the one wheel and one on the bike. Neither one of them produced anything that would require me to go to the hospital, but they were the exact same wreck. So when I wrecked the one wheel, I went down and I hit this elbow, this hand, this shoulder, and this hip on the left side hard. And there was blood everywhere. I still have scars and stuff. And so, I got through that. And then 2 weeks later, when I was almost 100%, I wrecked my bike, and I had the exact same wreck. So I hit the same elbow, the same hand, the same hip, and the same knee. In fact, some of the cuts opened the old cuts. And so for me, the hardest moments were dealing with the bike wrecks and the one-wheel wreck. But nothing broke. I was still able to ride bikes, kite, be a dad. So it was all good. I'm grateful to not have worse. Number 5, this was a standard question on the vlogs. What was the biggest difference between 23 and 24? And that was the level of socialization we did. Somehow or another, Nate, mostly, I've helped a little bit, has acquired this group of humans in America that love him, us, and I've added some, that have made all of a sudden this extrovert, Nate, comfortable here because he's got people around all the time. We had, a lot of people came and went, and so it was fun. Hard for me, but fun. I got into it, and until we got COVID, which sort of ended all the socialization. So 6. What are the goals for the next year? Well, for me, it's just to stay healthy. I had some hip issues this last year that I went to PT for, and have finally, I think, gotten rid of. Definitely want to get better at kiting, more work towards the hip mobility. Maybe a bit of free diving, maybe not. It's hard to do in California. Nate has some goals of his own that I'm not really sure of. I could guess at, but I'd rather not hint at those. So we'll see what he has to say in 10D. And then the last one, which I'm really curious to hear from Nate, was what was my favorite father-son activity of the summer? For me, as much as we love it up here in Hood River, and we did a lot of stuff together, we had bikes and cooking and riding one wheels and hanging out at the water and swimming in the, we at the front end and the back end, we were in San Francisco and we swam at the South End Rowing Club together. And one of those days it was like a big deal. All my buddies were there, the Irishmen, and Nate and I swam together at the South End. He's a really good swimmer. He kept up with me. He dealt well with the cold. He wasn't complaining. It's the warmest of the year for San Francisco, but that's still way less than anything in Australia, even in winter almost. And so, yeah, definitely my favorite father-son activity was swimming in San Francisco Bay with Nate at the South End. Who knows what he'll say, so. Yeah, and that's all I have. I'm gonna see Nate at Christmas. He's gonna be here this year for a while because it's their summer break. And maybe we'll get a chance to go snowboarding. We're definitely gonna get a chance to go down to San Diego and see Eric and do some surfing and supping. But yeah, that's all I have for now. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for being supportive this summer. To the guy who said I've watched all of your vlogs over the last 3 years, and it means a lot to me to see a dad and a son having a really good time. It hit me pretty hard, and it hit Nate too, so I didn't think anyone was really caring about all that, so apparently they are. And thank you for that. All right, peace out.